and welcome to leg day. I'm so excited for you to be here with me. I can't wait to get this workout on. Now, remember, you don't need a lot of space to have an effective workout. I have a very small minimum space, right, that I can step in each direction. I can jump high, like 6 by 6 is all you need. So keep that in mind. A couple things for today's workout. We're doing 45-second intervals, 15-second rest, minimal rest between sets. So we're gonna kill it in the half hour we got, right? We're gonna be effective. Remember that you are trying to count how many reps you're doing. So grab that paper, count your reps, and try to beat it the next week. If you're going so fast and you're beating my reps, then you need to up your weight so it slows you down, okay? We wanna bring up that heart rate with lifting a little heavier. Remember, you're not gonna grow like a buffalo. You're just going to divine muscle. And if you want to change your body, this is the best way to do it, is to strength train, okay? I also have a chair over here. So if you are a beginner, a chair is going to be an option for some of your squats things. I'm going to break it down, give you some options here. So you need to do you. Whatever is most effective for you. If it's too hard, you're just going to break it down, use a chair, use a wall, use a stool, anything that you need if you need to hold on to something while we do it, okay? So again, we're gonna do some simple, basic exercises that kind of get you going in this journey. So I have a pair of 5s, 10s, maybe 12s, and 8s, okay? If you're a beginner, you're gonna go to the 8 to 10 side of things. If you're more advanced, you're going to go to the 10 to 15 side of things, maybe even heavier, depending on where you're at. But that kind of gives you an idea of what your weight selection should look like. All right, I got my mic pack on, so hopefully you can hear me well, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and warm up just a little bit. Ready, set, and go. All right, we're gonna do a jog. Remember, low impact. If you're not a jogger, if getting off the ground is hard for you, you're just gonna march it right here, right? You can be effective with never leaving the ground. You don't have to leave the ground, okay? I'm going to, because I like to. Feels good for me. But that side-to-side stepping is just fine, okay? Good. Keep going. Go ahead and add those jump rope arms because they're fun. Good. Keep breathing. Good. We're going to go side to side. Step. Swinging those arms just a little bit. It's a little bit of a weird movement just to bring some blood flow. That's all a warm-up is to get your blood moving, get your heart pumping just a little bit. So it signals that you are gonna do something that increases blood to circulate your body. That's what a warm-up is, okay? And that you warm those muscles by bringing that blood flow and you don't strain or hurt you, right? Because we're all about prevention here and all about getting you to your goals. Okay, we're gonna squat. Here's your first intro to a squat. When you squat, you're just going to push your bum back. Couple of things I want you to keep in mind. Watch my knees. They're not over my toes. My weight is in my heels. I'm squeezing my glutes to push me back up. So it's not so much about the quads, it's more about the butt, okay? We all want to grow our booty just a little bit because back pain, major contributor is weak glutes, okay? So we want to do these glutes. Here's another thing, if you're doing the chair, a sit to stand is gonna be a perfect option for you. Reaching back, knees don't go behind the toe, stays behind the toes, and coming up. You'll notice the chest comes forward for balance, just like that, okay? So there's your intro to squats, because first exercise, we're going to do squats or sit to stand. So wherever you are, maybe you're sit to stands with no weight to start, or you're with me with some weights, okay? You need to go, where am I at? How do I keep myself safe? Keep you safe by starting with low reps on the first round. Maybe you're gonna go up on the second round, okay? That's why you're doing this program for 8 weeks, so that you can build and get stronger and stronger and stronger, okay? We can grab a drink. Let's do this. So first one is going to be the squats like I talked about. You can hold the weights. I'll talk about that as we do it a couple places. And then the second one is going to be a deadlift. With a deadlift, you're going to imagine you have a towel or there's someone you really want to impress behind you. And you're going to lift and lower. Now, do you see that adjustment with my neck? I want my neck to look straight in front of me. Back is going to be flat. If you can find a mirror to do these with, that would be ideal so that you can see how flat your back is. You don't want to be rounded here. That is not a deadlift. It's got to be, if I had a stick, that stick would touch my upper body the entire time. Okay? So the upper body doesn't move, you only hinge from your hip. This is a great body mechanics and a preventative motion because we bend all day long. We brush our teeth, we do all those things, we wash dishes, and the more you can do it from here versus here, the less you're going to experience back pain and injury overall. So get strong in this plane. Here we go. Grab that weight. We got 10 seconds, just so my clock's right, or it's gonna mess me up. You can hold your weights here or at your sides, okay? Feet are under your hips, core is tucked in. We're gonna squat down and squeeze. Squat down and squeeze, okay? We got 45 seconds here. You can stay at my pace. You can go a little quicker if you can, but if you're going much quicker, you need to up your weight and slow down a little. Okay, and feel free to go slower, making sure you're just controlled in that movement. If you're over there on the chair to that sit to stand, you can also do that with weight or without weight, okay? You can also hold the weights here if that feels more comfortable. We got 5 more seconds. And done. I'm going to stick with my weights. Turn to the side, chest up. I'm going to turn a little bit so I can see that clock, right? Okay, we got 3, 2, 1, and lift. You're going to go down to the knees and squeeze. The motion up is done by the hips and the glutes. Again, squeeze, reset, down, squeeze, reset, down, reset. Good. Try to keep those weights just gliding almost down your legs, just a little bit away from them. Core's tight. Now, you don't have to come as deep. Say you're a beginner. You can just keep it short. Just to get that motion. Great start. Okay? Down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Nice. You're gonna fall in love with the process here, okay? It's about seeing the strength gains. Take those pre-4 pictures so you can see how your body is changing, because your weight may not, but your body will. I promise you that. Okay, here we go. We got our squats again. I'm coming over here for my sit to stand, people. So you can just tap and up, okay? That's just gonna help you define that squat, what it looks like for you. As you progress, you just touch and up. See how that turns into the perfect squat? Okay? And then if you're a little more advanced, you can go a little lower and get low if that feels good for you. Squeeze, tighten the core, squeeze the glutes. We got 5 more seconds. Breathe, come on. And done. Nice job. Okay, back to those deadlifts. Reset the shoulders, core is tight. Feet are strong, weight is in kind of the ball of the foot. Forward and back. You don't want it too far forward or that weight will pull you. You'll fall forward, it'll pull you forward. So you kind of want it in your heels, especially as you come up. Squeeze and reset. Squeeze and reset. And squeeze. And squeeze. Now I typically do these with anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I lift. These are a little light for me, but perfect for these time things because I can progress, right? So next week I'm gonna lift heavier. 5 more seconds. And done. Nice job. Okay, next round. And grab a drink. You've got wide squats and calf raises. So, wide squats. Couple ways. So you need to know your hip circumference, okay? So some people's range of motion is going to be less of an angle, and some people are going to be more of an angle. How you know is, where are your knees tracking? If my knees are like coming forward like this, that's not my angle. I need to make sure my knees are following that foot. So as I come into that wide squat, I want to make sure I'm far enough apart and I'm doing up and down motions. So I'm coming down and up, okay? Now, if you need to come in more here, that's totally fine. I just want you to feel a lot of contraction happening, like you're squeezing a nut, like you're a nutcracker, right? As you squeeze, you're gonna feel that glute tighten and lift up. So you're working that inner thigh. Okay, I'm gonna grab my weight. Oh, and the second one is gonna be a calf raise. So we're gonna do wide, and we're gonna do in. We're not gonna do a normal calf raise, okay? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Down and up. Now, weights. Weights can go here. Weights can go here. Weights can go here. Whatever is more comfortable. I'm gonna keep them on my hips for demonstration purposes. Squeeze and down. Now, make sure your weight is in your heels. If it's not in your heels, you probably need to step out farther with your feet and make sure they're far enough apart to control it, okay? Squeeze and down. Shoulder blades back, chest is up. I don't want to see you falling forward, okay? We're staying up tall, okay? Wherever you want those weights for your control is fine. Good. Last one. Nice. Okay, we're doing those calf raises. So you're going to come together, stand in that dancer position for a level for the first one, for round 1, and go up and down. Now, you might have to hold on to something for balance if you're a beginner. But if you can find that balance, I challenge you to, okay? Working that outside of the calf. You've got 3 heads of the calf, so we like to hit all of them. And you might be weaker in this plane. If you're newer, squeeze, glutes tight, squeeze, glutes tight. Come on, you got this. Almost there. Woo! Come on, up and down like a dancer, right? Loading it with that weight. And last one and done. Good. Step it back out. Set that position. Find your knee tracking. Okay, making sure that you are pushing back as well here so that your knees aren't coming forward. Ready? And down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Nice. Down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Down. Woo, feeling those muscles. Now you might not be going as deep as me. That's totally fine. You can just keep them nice and shallow. Okay, but as you progress through this program, I encourage you to go a little deeper. Drop that weight and try to go deeper. Okay, your body is a weight. As you move it around, that is strength training. So you don't have to have a weight. That's just to increase the resistance we got going on that body. And done. Back to the calf raises, but this time we're gonna come in like we're a pigeon-toed, okay? And come there. 3, 2, and go. Up and down. Keep the core tight. Look far enough in front of you to keep your balance. Shoulder blades relaxed. That was a little fast. Breathe. If it helps, you can change where you hold those weights. Totally fine. You can hold 2 weights in one hand and hold on to something. Just get that max contraction at the top. I know 15 seconds isn't a lot of time to transition and write down, but you'll figure it out. You'll get this. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Write down how many you did of each of those. Nice job. Okay, next round. All right, next two exercises. We've got, we're gonna be on the ground. So I'm gonna grab a mat for me to protect my knees. Quadruped and side lying kicks. Now, I'm gonna show you real quick. If you are someone who doesn't wanna get on the ground, totally fine. All you're going to do is you're gonna hold onto a stool or a countertop. Same motion, and we're going to just kick back. Now, important thing is you're gonna tuck that pelvis and you're gonna kick out, just like that. You're gonna be restricted. It's not a huge motion because you're gonna be restricted by your glute versus your back. Like if I bent my back, I could go farther. But if I tuck my pelvis under, I'm gonna get it all in that glute. And you can do it with a bent leg as well if that's more comfortable for you. The second one, you're gonna hold on and you're gonna kick out to the side, okay? Now, if you're not afraid to get on the ground, you're gonna come down with me. First one is gonna be a quadruped back, so same motion, but we're gonna be here, we're gonna be tucked under, and you're gonna kick up. Now, if you are advanced, and only if you are advanced, you can take a weight and you can actually tuck it in and get a little more resistance as well. So if the 45 seconds is like, wow, that was way too easy, you increase it by putting a small weight in your hamstring. However, only do that when you're ready. Understood? Because you can strain your muscle here. So make sure that you're like, oh, I can complete one without any weight and be fine. So here we go. I didn't show you the second one, but we'll get there. Okay, up and down, up and down, up and down. Push. Now, a couple things that help me. I like to think of keeping my back arm, because this leg is down, really light. If I can keep a light pressure on there, what I do is I don't run away from it. So what I see is people start to open up that hip and run to that other side. So if I lift that arm up, I have to come back to where I'm strong on this side, okay? Nice and tight contraction, using that glute, again with the back. If my back is tucked under, I'm restricted and I get it in my glute. If I'm bowing, I can go way up there, but it's not effective. Keep the pelvis under and press. We're gonna do one side and come back to the other one. Woo! 5 more seconds. Good. Good. Okay, come down to the ground, same side. Okay? Okay, here we go. We're going to bend the bottom leg, tuck the pelvis under, and we're going to lift and lower. Now, a couple things here. Notice my toe is down. I'm not leading here. Okay, I'm rotated and lifting with my heel so that I'm working that back glute. That's super, super important. That I'm isolating this part. Especially as a woman, I tend to have hips, and we tend to be really weak in what's called the frontal plane. The side-to-side plane, right? So we don't work this plane as much. And so this side-to-side motion is going to help things like low back pain, bursitis, okay? It's going to help you stay strong. Lift and lower. Now again, if you're like, these are easy, you can add a weight just to that side hip, just to make it a little harder. And done. Nice. Now remember, if you're doing the standing up ones, those are great. You're just gonna stay with us, same motion, just not laying down. All right, move my clock so I can make sure I watch our time. Okay, tummy tight, arms and out. Here we go. Press and down, press and down. We got it. Okay. Think of putting that foot flat on the ceiling, pushing up and down. Remember to keep your balance. So if I lift this hand, I'm nice and square. I'm not running away from it. And I could also do it with a straight leg if I wanted to. I prefer the bent leg. Lift and lower. Come on. We got this. Stay strong. Stay strong. Breathe. And one more. Oh, actually, just kidding. 5 more. 5 more seconds. Woo. And now done. Nice. Come down to the side. If you're standing, you're doing those side kickouts. And lay on my mic pack for a second. Here we go. Okay, we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. Good. Remember, if you want to add that weight, you can. Toe is down, leading with that heel, working that side glute. Core is tight. Knee is tucked under to support your body, and you can be here or up. Whatever is more comfortable for you. Just make sure you're focusing on the core. This is a great functional exercise, okay? And 5 more seconds. Nice. And done. Now, just a note, those never, ever, ever get easier. They really don't. They always hurt, and you can like hit out. All right, let's do a second round. I think we have enough time. So, here we go. Nice and stable. Here we go. Press and down. Press and down. Now, if there's any point that you're like, oh, I need a break, shake it out. Take a break. Jump back in with me. You got this. Core tight. If you're feeling it in the low back, you can do a couple things. This is something I really like to do, is just drop it lower. That's going to make sure I take that pelvis tuck and put it to protect my back. So I really like coming down to my elbows. Really helps me. Pressing up. Come on, we're almost there. Press and lower. Come on. I know it's getting hard, but you got it. Because you can do hard things. You just have to like tease your mind, like, okay, I'm going to do 5 more. And then after you do 5, you do 5 more. Because it's all just playing mind tricks. That's all this life is teasing our mind that we're going to give it what it wants. Done. That we're going to stop in a second. And then it's like, okay, and then it will be distracted. Ready? Lift. It'll be distracted enough to like, okay, I can do 5 more. And then you're like, aha, just kidding, 5 more. And it's like, okay, I can do 5 more. I do this when I ride my bike in the mountains. So I pedal and I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, I count each pedal stroke. And for some reason that just can totally tease my brain and get me up those big hills I need to get up to. So how can you trick your brain right now? It's hurting, I know. Like the stabilizing leg is like on fire. Anyone else? Like mine is like, oh, you got this. Come on. Lift and lower. I know. You can hate me now, love me later, or love me now and hate me later. Who's feeling from yesterday's workout, right? Woo! Oh, come on. I know, this is where it counts. This is where it gets hard. This is where counting them really makes sense because you're like, oh, if I can do a few more, done. Shake it out. You might have to hit it a little bit. Stretch it. I know it hurts. Other side. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Lift and down. You can do hard things. I believe in you because you're here. Showing up is half the battle. Just pushing play on this workout is a battle, right? But you're already here and you're already taking the time. You've already blocked out the half hour. Just be here with me, okay? Work through this. Lift and lower. Come on. We got 15 seconds. I know. That stabilizing leg is on fire. You can shake it out if you need to. Get back into it. But do this. Okay? Do it. That pain. Good. Done. On your side. That pain you're feeling. 3, 2, 1. Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, just kidding. I'm going to give you a full 10-second rest. So I'm on track. Okay, lift. That pain you are feeling. I need you to recognize the difference between intense muscle, the intensity of the muscle working, like fatigue pain, like it is so tired you don't think it can lift again, versus real pain. There is a difference, okay? If you're experiencing real pain, that's when you stop. But if you are feeling this pain going on right now, that's like, I don't think my leg can lift another time. Believe me, it can. And this is where the magic happens. This is where it's like, Earl, get off the couch. To all those muscle fibers that aren't being worked and not working and doing their job, it tells them to get off the couch and get busy, okay? That's what that pain, right? Last one. Woo! That's what that is. So don't give up. Work through that magic. Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink again. Write down your numbers. Okay, the last two. We're gonna do bridges. We're gonna lay on our back and lift our bums, and dying bugs. We're gonna do one core exercise during this thing. If you're not, I didn't come up with something. I just realized that. If you're not getting on the ground, you can do another set of sit to stands. Oh, this is what you can do. Just kidding. You can hold on and you can do, like, you'd work that hamstring. So you just would work the bending part. So this would come back and you would just work that bending point. The dying bug, you're going to do the motion in standing in the sense that you're going to contract the muscles and then you can do a march. Okay, this will make sense when you kind of see it on the ground. Okay, so first exercise, bridge. Now I'm gonna grab my weights because I can. If you are starting new beginning, you might not grab weights. That's totally fine, or you might grab 1 or a 5 pound. You're gonna lay on your back. You're gonna put your weights right here and you're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. We're gonna go right into it and then I'll show you the other one because it's kind of like a learning curve, so you're gonna kind of learn the whole entire time you do it. Or I could talk forever about it. Lift and lower. Breathe. Okay, now with this, I want you to make sure your heels are tucked under. The weight is in your heels, not in your toes, and you're just like lifting straight up to the ceiling and squeezing your glutes. Also, depending on how close and how far your knees are apart from each other will also make a difference. So I like to just make it so it's a natural hip width apart. And last one, done. Good, so here's that exercise. It's called a dying bug. Your back is gonna be flat. First, lower level. So we're gonna start at lower level and then those who can, you're gonna come with me. So you're gonna be here we go. We're gonna take this hand, your right hand. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring your left leg up. You're going to press and feel some contraction in your abdominals, okay? Then you're going to rotate and switch. The idea is that you're trying to keep your back flat to the floor. So here we go. So those, we're starting the time right here, okay? Tummy tight. Now, those of you that can come with me, you're going to bring both those knees up. Right arm, left leg out. And switch. Again, keeping that back to the floor. That is the goal. If your back is coming up or you're experiencing back pain, you go down to the lower level. If your hip is popping, you just go higher with the leg versus lower. So there's lots of options here, which is why I love this exercise. It is so good for stabilizing, and you should feel some shaking. If the earth is shaking in those abs, you're doing it correct, right? Come on. 3, 2, 1 more. Nice. So with those, you're going to try to increase your level as you do them. So maybe you start on the lower level and then you build up to the higher level. And then by week 8, your feet are down far, okay? Here we go, grab those weights. Stay with me, we're almost done. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and lower, okay? If it hurts your hip bones, you can change the orientation of your weights. Keep the neck just soft and controlled. And breathe. You got this. You're here for it. Be here for it. Keep showing up. It's only a half hour. Maybe you do 15 minutes in the morning and maybe you do 15 minutes at night, but you can fit in. You can find a half hour to focus on your health. I promise. I promise. Lift. Almost there. Just squeeze those glutes. Doesn't have to be a huge range of motion here. You may not be getting off the ground. That's okay. Because I promise if you stay with it by week 8, you will be getting off the ground. Even if it's just a little. My timer went dark. I think we're there. All right. Okay, we're going into those dying bugs. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Out and in. Good. So, there's the hardest level. Okay? Little easier, straight up in the air with the legs. Little easier, nice and controlled here. It's kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. It gets confusing. Just think, I'm moving the opposite sides, but the most important part, even if you don't have the hands correctly, focus on what's going on in your midsection. Back is flat. If you have to take the arms out of it and just start here, perfect. Or get the arms going and just get that contraction happening. It's so good for the body, okay? You just add on. So there's all your levels that you can do to add on, okay? I'm not even sure how long we've been going on this, but oops. You're good. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All done. Oh my gosh, great job. Go ahead and just let those hips fillet for a second. Arms above the head. Deep breath. Breathe out. Guys, we're at 30 minutes right now, so we just got to cool down just a second and we're done. You did it. Good. Stretch those legs out. My battery pack is in my side. It's fine. It's fine. Good. Switch. Nice. Well done, guys. Keep showing up. Meet me back here tomorrow. 8 weeks. That's all I'm asking is give it a chance of 8 weeks to keep showing up and doing these habits. And I promise you, you're going to see results. You're going to see your change, your life change. I promise, promise, promise. All right, stand up. Go ahead and just stretch out those hamstrings, keeping the back straight. Good. Hold on to a wall. Stretch the quads. Big breath. Other side. Good. Arms up. And back up. Again, thank you. I honor you for being here. Keep coming up. Okay.